Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6.
A wildfire is burning south of Spokane near Hillby Road. The Department of Natural Resources says that fire has burned an estimated 6 to 8 acres so far, and one small structure has been lost. The fire is 50% lined. Thanks for joining us here tonight. I'm Jordan Smith. And the good news is here tonight that crews have begun the mopping up process. So right away, we'll send things over to our Peter Choi. He's live at the scene right now. Peter, what can you tell us?
Yeah, Jordan, I'm here near the Katy Lane right now, and now take a look at this behind me. So you can still see some of the smoke and the flames right now, and further back in the trees area. So before this live shot, we actually saw a tree fell down because of this fire, and the structure you see there is the only structure that was impacted by this fire. And I spoke to people who live in this area who tells me it was a scary situation. His family was even ready to leave the area even though there was no evacuation. Now here's what we know so far from the Washington DNR here. DNR says this fire burned about 6 to 8 acres, more than 100 crews, including Spokane Fire and the Spokane County, the Fire District 8 are on scene right now. And the DNR says the fire has been contained so far as of now. There's no evacuations are needed, which means there's no threat to the public right now. And DNR tells me that this cause of fire is still under investigation. The crews will be here all night to maintain this fire, make sure the fire doesn't progress further. And also they said that there has been 10 fires in the region, so make sure asking the public to be careful as the dry season goes further. And we'll keep you updated as more information becomes available. Live in Spokane County, Peter Choi, 4 News Now.
All right, Peter, thanks for that. Those flames certainly could have gotten out of control, especially with how dry conditions are. Meantime, up north, some people in Oroville are being asked to evacuate as a wildfire is burning up there. The Eagle Bluff fire is estimated to be burning 10,000 acres. It has crossed into Canada. As of early morning Sunday, 0% has been contained. The Okanagan County Emergency Management said Saturday night the fire calmed down but is still very active. You can see the images on your screen there, that smoke pillowing into the air. The fire started on Eagles Bluff Road and moved north past Blue Lake. Level 3 evacuations are in place for people living on both east and west sides of State Route 97 from Shirley Road to the border to Oroville, rather. That also goes for people at Loomis Oroville Road from River Street to Enlow Dam Road and Boundary Point Road on the west side of State Route 97. And here are some places to seek shelter. The Red Cross has set up a shelter at the Oroville High School. You can also shelter your animals on the Tonasket Rodeo grounds. Meteorologist Matt Gray joins us in here. Matt, those dry conditions, a lot of hot temperatures out there, not great for our firefighters.
No, not great at all. And we also have windy weather, which means we have another day with a fire weather warning, not only for the Oroville area, but across the Columbia Basin and even into Spokane and the Palouse. Also some warnings as well in western Montana. We take a kind of a look here at some of the hot spots. Of course, the fire that well, Jordan just mentioned near Oroville, still glowing hot on the satellite imagery. A couple fires in western Montana glowing there as well, and one deep in the Idaho wilderness on the Salmon River. So another busy day for fire conditions, and it's because of these winds, which are now just starting to begin to ease up just a little bit. At least the wind gusts, which will be consistently in that 20-mile-an-hour range. That'll keep those fires going. It certainly did with that fire in Okanagan County yesterday. Our wind gusts and our overall wind speeds are going to come down here very shortly, and that will be it, at least for the time being, for the more severe fire weather conditions. However, in the aftermath, we have air quality problems, especially around the Omak area and surrounding towns. So we're going to talk about air quality and how it'll be changing over the next couple of days coming up.
All right, Matt, thanks so much for that. A body was pulled from the Spokane River in the University District earlier this afternoon. Fire crews responded to North River Point Boulevard between Division and Trent. Kayakers spotted the crews pulling the body out of the water, and we've reached out to the Spokane Police Department for more information. As of news time, we have not heard back. And today, Spokane Police started enforcing the city ordinance that makes being in the city parks after hours a misdemeanor. All neighborhood parks will be closed between 11 and 5 in the morning, except for Riverfront Park, which closes at midnight. The police department says they will be initially focused on educating the public and handing out warnings, but those who refuse to leave could be ticketed and even arrested. People we spoke with say that the new law is necessary.
People should know they shouldn't be down here. This isn't a place to come party and hang out and do things they're not supposed to be doing. It's a place for families and the people around here in the city of Spokane to enjoy.
Staying at parks after hours was a civil infraction before City Council passed this law. And get ready for more construction. Multiple projects are set to be underway tomorrow, meaning road closures and detours for your commute. TJ Meanock Bridge is set to close for 5 days starting on Monday. Drivers will be diverted to the next closest bridge, which is Maple Street. Those detours will be in place until TJ Meanock opens up next Friday on August 4th. And the other project starting Monday is on Upriver Drive. Detours will be in place between Ralph and Carlisle while crews relocate a sewer line. That project expected to last 2 weeks. The primary election is this Tuesday. Coming up, a breakdown of what's on the ballot for voters in Cheney and Airway Heights. Plus, it's always a good idea to throw on some sunblock before heading out the door. Why now is the time to double check your bottle. And some ways that you can keep your home cool during these hot summer months without breaking the bank.
Well, good air quality in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Some pretty nice temperatures as well. But we are going to be heating up, and our air quality may be doing a little bit of fluctuating in the days ahead. I'll take you through both, including when the 90s return, coming up.
4 News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
4 News Now is brought to you by Perfection Tire.
Summer storms, sudden, intense, dangerous. 4 News Now First Alert Weather warns you in advance,
up to quarter-size hail,
keeping you informed until the threat is past and your family is safe. On the air, on the app, only on 4 News Now.
Take a day off, skip Mondays, and be water-wise this summer.
Get a free Makita Impact Driver Kit or a Pit Boss grill now when you build a deck with wood decking or TimberTech or Trex composite decking and railing from Par. Visit par.com for details.
What are you going to build?
As state senator, Lisa Brown increased taxes by $2 billion while raising her own pay. Under her watch, homelessness rose by 25,000. Now she's backed by the Defund the Police crowd. Lisa's soft on crime, hard on taxpayers.
I pledge to increase police presence and tackle homelessness, and we have. Our Violent Crimes Task Force has lowered crime rates, and we're compassionately addressing homelessness. We're exceptional, Spokane. I'll keep it that way. I'm Nadine Woodward, and I approve this message.
Interested in updating your home? Then listen to what people say about the great prices at Carpet Barn.
They always give us a good price, so we like that.
We've heard good things about Carpet Barn. They were in our budget. We loved it.
We came in here and got great service. They had a really good selection. I liked the prices. The staff was helpful. It was a good buying experience.
The quality and the selection I thought was excellent.
Come in and see the great buys on carpet, luxury vinyl plank, and hardwood at Carpet Barn.
Chances are, when it's time to call a service professional, you need someone right away. That's why Mr. Electric is ready when you are with appointment times to fit your busy schedule. They specialize in knob and tube removal, lighting upgrades, panel replacements, and other electrical services. And rest assured, their work is quoted upfront and fully guaranteed. Call Mr. Electric today and get $50 off your service.
Mr. Electric, we have the power to make things better.
We are strong and we'll get through this together, but these are stressful times. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, and know that you are not alone. Visit wearebroadcasters.com/hope, furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
My advice to all the fathers out there, they grow up way too fast for you to waste even a single precious moment.
4 News Now is brought to you by Mainstream Electric Heating, Cooling, Plumbing.
Well, it's been a warm and windy weekend. More fire activity around the inland Northwest as the month of August approaches. We're going to be watching air quality for the next couple of days with some of these new fires. Average temperatures for a couple of days as well, but the 90s are going to come back before you know it. And Although my confidence in this is waning, there is a small chance for some weekend storms, which is likely not a good thing because, well, we just don't really get much rain out of thunderstorms this time of the year. Air quality right now actually still improving in places like Omak and in the Winthrop area, but that is a little bit of false hope here, right? So as we head later into the night, not only are winds going to change and blow out of the north and bring smoke back towards the Omak area, but we're also going to see that smoke begin to settle back down into the valleys. And so here is our smoke forecast. Places around Republic as well need to watch this. You may wake up to some diminished air quality in the morning. Same with the areas around the Grand Coulee and the dam there. We'll also see some smoke basically go right down the river and begin to open up over the Grand Coulee Dam and the Waterville Plateau as we get into the morning hours. So some diminished air quality to start. We may see some hazy skies as far out as Colville and Medellin Falls. As we go through the afternoon, some of that smoke begins to get up higher in the atmosphere and lift it back up north towards Canada. After that, this is where things get a little bit more interesting as we head into Tuesday morning with more smoke production. It comes back down the Okanagan River and more smoke spreading out across eastern Washington and potentially even into North Idaho as we head into the middle of the day on Tuesday. So I'm going ahead and putting hazy skies in the forecast. We'll see what happens with air quality here, but it's unlikely to take a huge drop far away from that blaze, for example, in the metro. Some good news here as far as temperatures go. We are going to have some really comfortable weather for your early morning hours. Temperatures back down into the 50s for our lows, even some 40s out there. Yeah, 46 tonight in Colville, 52 in Pullman. That's going to feel really good to crack a window and let in some cool air. Average temperatures tomorrow for your highs in the 80s in Spokane. Now, we do have a chance for some moisture to come in, but our computers are getting a little bit squirrely with exactly how much is going to show up. And, well, this is the newest round here, putting most of that moisture over into Montana and in the Boise area instead of coming here to the inland northwest. So I'm going to keep just a small chance for some storm activity Friday into Saturday, but can't promise much more than that right now. Looking like we're going to continue on with this streak of dry weather.
Boy, we could sure use some, Matt. Well, thanks for that. It's time to go for a ride on the Air 4 drone, and this week we're giving you a bird's eye view of a somewhat hidden lake just across the Idaho-Montana border. Let's go for a ride over Revitt Lake in this Air 4 adventure. Some beautiful sights out there, and it's during the summer month, it's always a good idea to bring a little bit of sunblock before leaving the house. But if you've had the same bottle lying around the house for a while, you might want to check that expiration date. The FDA says sunscreen usually expires 3 years after it's manufactured, sometimes even sooner, because it can physically change and the chemicals can break down, potentially making it less effective.
Sunscreen that's kept in a hot car or in a glove compartment will degrade faster than sunscreen that's kept in a cool, dry place. So if you're at the pool or you're on the beach, you want to keep your sunscreen in the cooler or in the shade.
You'll also want to double check that date at the store. The investigative team from Good Morning America recently went to 24 stores across Texas, New Jersey, and New York, where they found 16 bottles of expired sunscreen. 14 of those were found at CVS and Walgreens.
If you go to a store and it's already expired, and that means it's been sitting in a shelf or a warehouse for probably at least 3 years, if not more. So that sunscreen really isn't providing you with the protection in a guaranteed way that the bottle says.
Both CVS and Walgreens told ABC News that they have procedures in place to check for expired sunscreen. And with record-breaking high temperatures this summer, your home can be an oasis from the heat, but concerns about energy bills can also make you wonder, what's the best way to keep my house cool without breaking the bank? ABC's Ginger Z has more in this Climate Minute.
As the Earth warms, demand to keep cool is also rising. That means that more energy is being used and more strain is on our power grids. Jennifer Alman, a senior fellow at the American Council for an Energy Efficient Economy, says that there are just simple steps to keep your home comfortable and use less energy. The most effective thing, once your home is cool, keep that cold air in by closing your shades and avoid generating any extra heat.
Think about what you're doing inside your home that creates heat and try not to do that during the hottest time of the day. So run your dishwasher overnight, run your dryer overnight. Those types of options are going to help reduce your energy use and reduce how warm it gets in your home.
Also, raise the thermostat a few degrees and use fans. She said don't fall for the temptation to crank the thermostat down.
If you want it to be at 75, don't come in and turn it down to 68 and then turn it back up. That'll just make your system work too hard and it's not going to get colder any faster.
Want to save up to 10% on your energy bills right now? The Department of Energy says get a smart thermostat. That way you can set a program and control it from anywhere. And before winter returns, look into upgrades like sealing those air leaks and replacing windows. There are also new tax credits for energy efficient appliances that could really help out with the cost. For this Climate Minute, I'm Ginger Z.
A lot of good information as we start to heat up here in the summer months. Meantime, in Cheney, voters are being asked to vote on a tax for a new community pool in the primary election. It would replace the current pool, which was closed 2 years ago because of mechanical failures and its age. If they vote for it, voters will fund up to $13 million for the new community pool. It would feature a pool for lap swimming, swim lessons, a lazy river, and a water slide. And while some say this is just what the community needs, others are saying it's not worth their taxes.
I think this could be a really great town to live in, but I definitely think it needs more amenities and more focus on locals first. It seems like there's a ton of effort and time and money put into the college and not a whole lot for people who live here year-round. And I think something like this would be a good start to that.
I think there's too many things that have to be done, like the bathrooms in the park, the school activities and whatnot.
A homeowner with a $400,000 home would be taxed $212 a year, or a little less than $18 a month. Over in Airway Heights, voters will be deciding the future of the fire department. The current fire station has several issues: a roof that isn't tall enough and facilities that are falling short. The Airway Heights Fire Department has a grant to buy a new building just a few blocks away, but will only get that grant if voters approve a 30-year bond to renovate the building to be a fire station. For more information on the measure and how much it would cost homeowners if it's approved, look for this story on KXLY.com. Stick around, Alex is coming back with sports.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
4 News Now wants to take you inside the walls of Sacred Heart Children's Hospital to meet brave children and their caregivers. Miracle Mondays, brought to you by your locally owned Inland Northwest Ace dealers.
There's working you. And then there's chill you. Chill you is more carefree and curious, more present, more relaxed, more fun. Chill you is the best you. There you are. Bring back your chill you with an escape to Coeur d'Alene, the city by the lake. Find countless ways to play and stay in CDA at visitcda.org.
Well, looks like our surgery patient is feeling better today.
Yep, I didn't need any oxy today. I thought I'd do a little surgery on the drain.
Huh. Do you need your pain pills anymore?
No.
Well, we should get them out of the house. There are places to drop them off.
Yeah, okay. Actually, I can do that right now.
And I will look at the drain.
Prevent opioid misuse. Find safe medication return options near you.
What's in a name? A question that has never had more relevance. First American Title has been rebranded to Flying S Title and Escrow. Since 1905, we've been helping people protect their property rights. When the time comes to choose a title insurance and escrow company, the choice is clear: Flying S Title and Escrow. Idaho's longest operating, family-owned title and escrow company is now Flying S Title and Escrow. We're not new, but our name is.
Don't miss the $50,000 Sunday hot seats at Northern Quest. That's Sunday with an E on the end and a cherry on top. It's a play on words. July, Sunday, hot seats, you get the idea. And it's happening noon to 4 p.m. every Sunday with a Y in July. Don't overthink it. Just swipe your Camus card and be playing your favorite machine when your name is called. The $50,000 Sunday with an E hot seats every Sunday with a Y in July. Only at Northern Quest.
HAR, family owned since 1930. Go where the builders go.
What are you gonna build?
My advice to all the fathers out there, they grow up way too fast for you to waste even a single precious moment.
We have finally arrived to the start of the football season. Of course, there's still a month to go until the games themselves get underway, but the excitement is building, and especially in Moscow, where the Idaho Vandals are taking aim at a Big Sky title. When you look ahead to this year, there is expectations in Moscow for maybe the first time in a long time. You just saw the media poll, you're picked to finish second. How are you going to make sure that they maybe don't buy into the hype too much there and stay focused?
Well, it's good to have high expectations. You want to build a program where there's high expectations. You don't want that. But I think it's important our players to understand that what happened last year really has nothing to do with this year. We got to define the 2023 team and how we do that. And last year, we were picked pretty low. I think we were picked like 8th and 9th in the preseason poll, and we didn't get caught up in that. We didn't listen to that. We just went to work and got better and improved as a team. And now we're picked a little higher. It shouldn't affect us at all either. We got to get to work and do what we have to do over this next month to grow as a football team and improve, so we're ready to start our non-conference schedule and then build to get ready for the conference schedule.
When you had such a massive 2022 campaign, what were you working on to improve? Like, where are some areas that you felt, okay, I need to work here on my routes or speed or strength? Like, what was it?
Of course, getting bigger, faster, and stronger. The conditioning, just trying to prepare myself for the next level, and then, a lot of mental training as well. There's a lot that goes into football. Football is a very schematical game, and trying to master defenses and pick up certain tendencies from coverages and stuff.
Just like staying consistent with what I've been doing. First, I got to stay consistent with that. But reading coverages is like a big thing I've been locking in on. Like, I watch a lot of tape. Like, I'm a little bit of a film junkie, so noticing coverages before they happen, like seeing how the safeties rotate and stuff like that. Like seeing different tendencies with corners and safeties.
What have you learned over the last year, maybe at this point now, that you didn't know a year ago?
Well, I think the exciting thing is just we know our team better. We know who playmakers are. We've established who our quarterback is. A year ago, I wasn't sure exactly who our starter was going to be. We had an open competition that went through camp, but now Giovanni has really solidified that. We have 3 guys who are skill guys on offense with Jermaine and Hayden, and then Anthony Woods, who are preseason all-conference guys. So that's a nice cachet of weapons to have that we can put out there. And we have a lot of proven guys on defense, defensive backs. I think our line of scrimmage is improving. So definitely a better feeling going in. We know a lot more about this team, having been through with a year.
And then you're going to be going through a bit of the ringer here for this. The schedule itself is kind of brutal on it. You're on the road for the first 3 weeks, and then you're only in the Kibbie Dome for, I think it was 4 games. Is that tough for you?
You know what? It's we got to embrace it. We had 4 home games, 7 away games. I think part of the reason we did that is to make sure we had all Division I teams, because we need to make sure, I think getting 7 Division I victories is very important to making the FCS playoff field, and we want to make sure that we're giving ourselves every opportunity to do that. I think our guys like playing on the road. I think there's some things about us against the world and a small, tight-knit group and staying at the hotel that the guys enjoy. So first games are always tough when you have a new head coach, because you're not sure exactly what they're going to do, and we just got to play good football and be sound against no matter what they come out with.
Now, the Vandals are going to open up their season against Lamar on Thursday, August 31st, down in Beaumont, Texas. And the Seattle Mariners finished off an impressive weekend down in the desert, taking 2 of 3 from the Arizona Diamondbacks. Starting pitcher Luis Castillo went 6 strong innings this afternoon, striking out 7 as he helped Seattle to the 4-0 victory. Now, with the win, the M's also moved to 3 games over 500. But the bad news is they're still 4.5 games out of even a wild card spot in the American League. Now, next up for the M's is going to be a series with the Boston Red Sox starting on Monday evening over at T-Mobile Park. 4 News Now, we'll be right back.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Mr. Electric.
Water is an essential part of our everyday lives. It's important that Spokane acts wisely to preserve our precious water resources and not waste money on evaporation and the need for supplemental water infrastructure due to a burdened aquifer. Please avoid watering your lawn between the hours of 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. and limit watering to under 2 hours a day, 3 days a week. If we all do our part, we'll keep our river flowing strong, even in times of drought.
Things are so awesome since my family got a rewards-earning Kasasa checking account from Canopy Credit Union, earning 4.07% annual percentage yield on up to $25K. Means we get up to $84 deposited right into our account every month. You know what that means? More toys, more playtime, more fun. Woohoo! Canopy is putting treats back in the budget. Learn more at canopycu.com. Limits and conditions apply.
Night Ranger, live in concert, playing all their hits, plus deep cuts from their catalog. Night Ranger, live. August 24th, 7 p.m., Coeur d'Alene Casino. On sale now at the box office, cdacasino.com, or through the CDA Casino app. Night Ranger, live. Must be 18 or older to attend concerts and comedian events.
Spokane is my hometown. It's where I built my business and raised my 2 boys. But Spokane has changed, and not all for the better. Brighter days can lie ahead if we have a city council that puts results over political agendas. That's why I will take action to address our homelessness crisis, make affordable housing a priority, and support our police and firefighters to keep our neighborhoods safe. I'm Kim Please, running for City Council President, and I'm asking for your vote. Thank you.
Why join UFCW 3000? I'm the lead person when we negotiate with employers for better wages, benefits, and working conditions.
I'm an essential worker.
During the pandemic, we couldn't work remotely.
We are workers in grocery stores,
healthcare, retail,
and packing plants.
Thanks, UFCW 3000.
Our website can both answer your questions and connect you with our team who can help you explore your union opportunities.
August almost here. Things are looking seasonal, which is always nice to see. It's nice to see those 80s on the board here.
Yeah.
After we had a pretty warm July. Looks like we're going to have a warm start to August, but low 90s are much more typical this time of the year. So things, well, looking dry. That's been the big story.
As long as we're away from that, like, Phoenix type temperatures, I feel like we're what is that?
I don't even want to think about that.
We're good. I'm good with 9.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app. See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.